Hey there, hey, and welcome to this Hump Day pod of Born to Be a Star. Today is Wednesday, the day after Tuesday. 2 more days left, so the week is over. And aren't you excited about the fact that it's the middle of the week? The weather here is iffy as always, but living in New England, you always get the shore weather, regardless if you live next to the shore or you don't. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling the weather at all. It's been a shitty summer. It's looking like it's a shitty fall, and we just know what's next. Honestly, I don't think it's going to get better. I think it's going to get worse. I think it's going to get colder. Outside of that, so far so good with the iPhone 15. Really loving the functionality of it, and it's really doing what it's supposed to be doing. I don't even think I need a laptop. I think I've rescinded the idea that I needed one. Moving on from that, today is another day and another opportunity for you to recognize your star power, for you to recognize that you can do anything you put your mind to, and you can say to yourself, yes, I can get ready for work. Yes, I can make breakfast. Yes, I can figure out what I'm going to have for dinner when I get home. Yes, I can plan out when I'm going to wash the laundry, when I'm going to make the list for the shopping trip this week. And yes, I can plan out the next vacation I want to take. Yes, I can plan out the staycation I want to take. Whatever it is you need to do, you can do it. You can learn a new language. You can find confidence in yourself. You can change your hairstylist. You can change your hair color. You can change your nails. You can change your nail stylist. You can change your bank. You can change your library too. Whatever it is that you need to do, you can say to yourself, yes, I can, and do it. Try it with me. Following the yes, I can is the never give up. If you give up on a situation, how are you going to see it through? You won't see it through, because you'll only be able to see it halfway through. Honestly, today is an opportunity for you to hold strong, persevere through the difficulty, and find your way to hype up other people around you, to instill that in the people that you love, you care about, that you want to prosper as well. Don't give up on something because it's difficult. Find a way to get through it so you can get to the easiness. Following that is the procrastination and indecisiveness of why not today. Honestly, taking forever to make a decision isn't going to get you where you want to go. It's not going to get the dishes washed. It's not going to get the laundry done. It's not going to get the vacation planned. And it's not going to get the work meeting you got to prepare for ready. You're not going to be able to do any of these things if you don't have a plan, if you don't have some sort of organization, if you don't just do things. Waiting to make a decision isn't the answer. You're going to have to make decisions even if you don't want to. That's part of life. So follow through. Be reliable. Be responsible. Call the doctors back. Call your mom back. Text your brother back. Respond to your husband or your wife or your partner or whoever you're with. Be that person. That's the only way you're going to be successful, is if you're able to multitask. Multitasking is key to success. It is. Moving on from the mantra of the story, let's get into some of the tea. And the tea is, you ready for it? How comfy do you like to be after work? I think we should be comfy after work. If you work in a setting like me, I work in corporate America, I have to dress up all day like I'm a senator or something. Maybe not exactly like a senator or a part of the politician staff, but I have to dress up, right? I work in a corporate setting where it's a dressy setting. It's not a dress down setting. It's a dressy up setting. So, like, I'm talking suits, I'm talking about like fine pants. I'm talking about silk shirts and designers, nice looking things. That's how I have to look at work. I'm not mad about that because that in my mind sets me apart from other people's jobs because I have to look the part at mine. Taking that into consideration, when I don't have to work, honestly, if you're not at your job and you don't have the luxury of working at home like a lot of people, don't you want to be comfy when you get home? Some fuzzy socks, some leggings if you're a dude, some shorts and a tee. Like even if you're a girl, like my husband likes it cooler, so I'm more of a sweatshirt and like fuzzy sock person because I get cold very easily. I think I have that cold thing. I'm pretty sure I do. So I like walking around the house with a hoodie on and some fuzzy socks. I like being comfy, right? Like hanging out on the couch in a living room or in another room. We have a bunch of comfy chairs everywhere. I like being comfy. I like being able to just turn into a circle or find a blanket and be comfy after work. Do you like being comfy after work? The tea of the day is let's be comfy after work. If you're not at work, you should find a way to rest so you can get ready for the next day. You have to go back to work. That should be important, right? That's the tea of the day. Find comfort once you leave work. Moving on from the green tea that's nice and warm and hot and great, let's get into the conversation of the headlines. Here it goes. Kamala Harris is a horrible vice president. Joe Biden has decimated our country. It's in shrines. You can see the decay everywhere. I'm talking about at the store, at the grocery store, at the DMV, at any federally run establishment body of the government in the United States is failing, right? Who thought it was a good idea to leave mass weapons in Afghanistan that cost trillions of dollars? They thought it was smart to leave that there. And why are we not pressing China for putting a fucking balloon in our skies for 8 fucking days? Tell me how that didn't happen. Now I'm flipping from topic to topic here because I'm going to lay out what the problem is. There's one problem. Children are dumber than a fucking box of rocks. Okay? The trans thing is another con. The Green New Deal stuff, another con. Because I'm sorry, even if you do all these things, the rate that it would fix the numbers doesn't matter enough to bother. You know who destroyed everything in this world that we live in? We did. So you know how you fix it? We cannot fix it to the extent that they need to. And putting everything in China is not the answer. And the idea that it's pretty obvious Biden and his son, the one that's coked out, Hunter, are definitely crooked. Not only are they crooked, but they're not hiding it. Joe Biden took money from foreign agents to provide information. What information did he give up? Hillary Clinton did the same thing. Why she's not in jail is beyond me, right? Bill Clinton clearly did bad things and no one stopped him from shit. But we all want to attack Trump. Honestly, it's not working. It is not working. I have to listen to Kamala Harris talk about fucking windmills and some truck that she thinks cool, and she can't have any cognitive conversation. It's embarrassing. Joe Biden doesn't know where he is, and it doesn't have anything to do with his actual age. He's just a dumb motherfucker. It doesn't have to do with the fact that he's elderly. He's stupid. Because I know a lot of elderly people that are older in age that are very cognizant, very bright, and very smart. they didn't lose anything. He is not one of them, right? Nancy Pelosi saying that she's going to run for re-election. Are you running for re-election to the fucking lock and key home that your ass needs to go to? You need to be in a fucking harbor. You're 80-something years old. Why do you still want to be in Washington, D.C.? We need term limits. This shit is getting ridiculous. Fox News is claiming that they think they're going to push out Michelle Obama to take over for Biden. Remember when she tried to pass out that juice for the kids that got like slammed and eliminated by whatever? Honestly, it just never ends. It's just one thing after another. Taylor Swift is the new con that they're using to entice people into voting democratically, and that's pathetic too. It's one thing after another, and it doesn't end, it doesn't stop, it just continues. And I'm sorry, how are they going to get rid of Kamala Harris? Somebody explain that to me, because I don't see that happening. Trump is the head of all of them, and they hate it. The numbers couldn't be more obvious, right? And I'm sorry, Ben Shapiro and those at the Daily Wire that like some of the other candidates running, mainly Ron DeSantis. But that's not going to get you elected. Talking about Florida over and over and over again, because the entire United States of America isn't Florida. It doesn't run the same way. We want it to. Sure, I do. I wish the state I lived in ran like Florida. To an extent, I do. But I'm also aware that it's not going to, because I do live in New England, and there's no way in hell they're ever going to elect a Republican official here, unless everybody gets slapped in the head with reality and votes that way. But it's likely that's not going to happen. Ron got too ahead of himself here, and it's unfortunate because his time has passed. Tim Scott is not going to be the president, and Vivek might have a shot if he keeps going in, but he says some weird stuff too, and he's getting a little too comfortable dancing around and doing all this stuff. Stick to the basics here. We have serious problems in this country. Just use one of your fingers and point to them. His name is Joe Biden. The only thing they should be running around to every state saying is, do you want a president that is a foreign agent of United States of America telling you what you can and can't say on X, on Facebook, on, the China app, whatever. Do you want that? Honestly. To what extent do we end this? And I'm asking you that because think about it. Do you pay taxes? Do you go to work every day? Are you sick of this shit? Why is the government continuously giving money to people that don't deserve it? Okay, I'm over this idea that we need to help people that don't want to help themselves. Nobody gave me anything. I built the success that I live in. I'm not saying that my mom and my dad and my family didn't help me along my way, but I built my reality. I did. At any point, I can get up and travel anywhere. I'm not held down by a mortgage. Not that that's a bad thing. At any point, I could decide I want a mortgage and buy a house. At any point, I could decide I want a new car and go get one. You know why? Because I worked to be able to do that. I can decide I want new AirPods. I want a new bed. I want 5 million books. I want to do whatever I want. I can do that. You know who made that decision? Me. Does the government now get to decide they want to give that ability to people that haven't worked for anything? Because that sounds like bullshit to me. That's my concern here. You keep punishing people that are the working class to pay for the non-working class. And I think we should boycott taxes. Because where does our tax money actually go? Does anybody know the answer to that? Because I don't. The idea of the taxes was supposed to be that everybody paid into it and it made everybody's life easier. Except that's not how this works. The only people's lives that are easier are the people that don't have to do anything all day. The women that want to have 7 kids and live off the state. And the guys that don't want to do anything either. But they want to get food stamps. And they want to get all this help. And they want to get all this stuff. But they don't want to do anything. It's ridiculous. And I'm going to be the one to call it out every day. Social services needs to get cut off. And I know you might be thinking, what do you mean? I mean that literally we need they're lying. They don't care about you. These politicians don't give a flying fuck. They're just mad because Trump called them out and they can't afford to buy him. They can make fun of his gold toilets on planes. They can make fun of his son. They can make fun of whatever the fuck he wants, but he's still rich and he still doesn't care. There's that. AOC is not legally married and she lied about it. That's pathetic. She sleeps with a white man beside her, but she pretends like she believes in racism. How does that work? Will Gavin run? Likely not, since he's burned down California and made it like a drug-infested nightmare. Harris is a joke. We all know it, but I don't know. Why can't these politicians get fired? I feel like it should be like a real job. If you work at a job, honestly. Honestly. Kamala Harris just says stuff. And no one wants to call her out because she's black and she's a woman. She's an ignorant black woman. Just like Poker Face or whatever you want to call her. Fuck. What is her name? I was talking about her yesterday. The idiot. Pierre, whatever her name is. That dumbass. That's the equivalency of what she's going to be like when she grows up. Because Kamala Harris is a buffoon. Have you heard her talk? I feel like I'm losing brain cells whenever I see her. I want to go the opposite direction. That's the vice president. She is going to be the one that's going to take over for Biden when he kicks rocks. Because how long do you think he's going to be around? He can't even stand up and talk. Like, who thought this was a good idea? Who thought this was a good idea? I'm going to keep asking that question. Where does your tax money grow? I have no idea. Like I said earlier in the beginning of this conversation, I think we should be given checks back for all our taxes over the last 20 years. The equivalency of the time that we spent in Afghanistan. And I think that money should be funded back to the American working class. And I don't give a fuck about these countries that have problems like the Ukraine and anywhere else. I just don't care. I'm sorry, America cannot be the country that cares about everybody else except itself. That doesn't work. Because the country is going to deteriorate itself, which is what it's doing, and it's not working. Where does your tax money go? To the politicians that lie to you on the TV telling you they're going to fix the problems that they're never going to fix. I live in a state where they're constantly doing constructions on the road, right? I live in a town where it's basically a construction zone. Every other week they're fixing something, but they go to fix it every year. If they fixed it correctly the first time, they wouldn't have to refix it every year, right? That tells me that they're doing a con job with the money that's being put into that so they can pocket it. But nobody wants to talk about that. No. We just want to talk about how everybody hates Trump and January 6th and how he didn't follow rules, blah, 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 blah. And nobody likes him because he says what he wants, blah, 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 blah. But the main question you should ask yourself every day that you wake up and you go to work, where does my tax money go? In their pockets. Moving into unapologetic laughter. Ha 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 ha. When denial gets the best of you, then you start to believe the lies that you see on social media. That shit's not real, man. It's not, right? Either you're beautiful or you're not. Either you put 15 layers of makeup on to look like me when I wake up or you didn't. I woke up like this. I don't wear makeup. People get caught up in things and they forget reality. If you got to do all these steps because you want to look normal, then something is really wrong with you. And I'm not saying that because I'm trying to be rude. I'm saying it because I'm trying to be real, dude. Denial is a cruel thing. You're leading yourself to believe a lie is reality. You're having yourself believe you're good at something that you suck at. Like, if your kid isn't good at something, tell them that. Maybe not in a mean way, but maybe like, let's say you go to a baseball practice, and I'm not saying they can't get better at something with practice, but if they've tried over and over and over again and they're not able to do it, and they're spending a lot of effort and time on something and they're not putting the effort back into it, then they're not going to be able to get better at it. Denial is not helpful. When we lie to ourselves and we pretend something is one way versus another, that's not efficient. That's not helping anybody. That's a detriment to us. If you don't practice what you preach, then shut the fuck up. Don't tell me what you think I should do. I don't really care about your 2 cents, man. Like, oh, maybe you should do this. Oh, maybe you should shut up. How about that? Why are you telling me what you think I should do? Like, if I want your opinion, I'll ask for it. Outside of that, be quiet. I don't force my opinion on the people because I know nobody actually cares about my opinion. Like, I don't forcibly tell people what they should do with things because it's really none of my business. It's not my business to get involved in people's business and tell them what I think. It's not. I can have an opinion about a situation or a person, but that does not mean that I'm going to sit there and I'm going to, I don't know, voice my opinion to an extent that's not helpful. I'm not doing it. And I don't think you should do it either. If you don't practice what you preach, don't say anything to anybody. Anger won't make you feel better, but it'll sure make you feel better for a moment. It's not going to last forever, though. It's going to last for a moment, and then you're going to get over it. Giving people anger is really not good. Like, don't let anybody get you angry or mad. I've told you stories about experiences that I've had with people and places and things and jobs and careers, school, whatever. Like when I was doing the whole teacher thing, the environment I was in with that, the experiences I've had over my life have surely shown me enough that I can read things almost instantly. And I'm just going to say this. People can really suck, right? They can be horrible at their jobs. They could be a really crappy, horrible person. They could be a bad person or a bad thing. But that doesn't mean you have to give your anger to them. They don't deserve that. Don't give them any time of the day. If they want to be that person, then they can be that person by themselves. If you're going to be nasty and icky and gross and have a bad attitude and be that miserable ass person, you could be that miserable ass person by yourself, because misery loves company, and I'm not available for company. I got way too many people that I'm already involved with that I ain't got no goddamn time for you. Next, bye. I'm not available for that. And you shouldn't be available for that either. Stop letting miserable people in your life and take up all your air. Don't get angry about stuff. Let it go. Like, the moment you really get mad and angry and you feel like you're gonna like have a fit or some shit, count to 10 and blow it off. Just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew, blow it off. Sleep in the bed you made. If you made your bed, sleep in it. If you said something and you said you were going to be about something and you claimed all this stuff and you had all this like advice and you were talking all this crap about blah, blah, blah. If you made your bed and you said you were going to do all these things, then do them and shut up. Leads me back to the last thing I said. Practice what you preach. Don't be the person that's full of hypocritical ideas, telling one person to do one thing. Meanwhile, you lie about that. Don't be that person. It's really stupid to be that person. Moving on from unapologetic laughter. Honestly, people are always going to be like, blah, 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 you should do this, blah, 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 you should do that, and you need to be like, blah, 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 I don't care, blah, 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 suck it. Like, really, yeah, take your opinion and go shove it up a wall or something. I don't care what you're saying. That's why I get irritated. Like, the idea that family members or somebody wants to tell me something, just, nah, I'm good, man. Please shut up. I'm just saying. And I bet you've had that feeling too, where you're like seriously like trying to experience something and somebody says something stupid like that. Honestly, the main part of the conversation, lazy days. Do you get to have lazy days where you just don't do anything and you lay around and you watch shows and you really enjoy your house or your apartment or whatever and you're just relaxing? I don't know what that is, but I want to experience that. And if you get to experience, please tell me what it feels like so I can experience it too. No shoes in the house. We take our shoes off at the front door and we carry our shoes in the door. Or we leave them at the thingy on the side when you walk in the door, whatever that's called. Time for the fall rug to go out so we can get ready for the weather. You know, the one with the pumpkin on it. Are you ready for the horror movies and all the scariness and the jack-o'-lanterns and the apple cider and all the fun that comes along with the fall? I know I am. Ready for all the fun. Simple can be nice. Have you ever thought about the idea of simplicity? Maybe not making things so difficult, right? Can simple be nice? I feel like it can be. I feel like sometimes we complicate things to an extent where we feel like I do think that simple can be easy and it can be nice because you're not overdoing anything. I hate the idea of fakeness, right? I hate that shit where somebody's acting one way but they're doing something else. They're not living in the house that they made, or they're not laying in the bed that they made. Like the last part of my conversation. What was it? yesterday, or no, it was in the Unapologetic Laughter when I was talking about practice what you preach and sleep in the bed that you made. I feel like simplicity is not worrying about that stuff and just living your life without worrying about that. That's what I think simplicity is. You're just living your life for you and the people that you love. Why can't we do that and be unapologetic doing it? Going to work, having dinner with your family, watching something and going to bed and repeating it, and on the weekend doing something fun. Having time to look forward to. When we're younger, we spend time for our 401ks and our retirements and our pensions and our IRAs, so we can retire and we can enjoy and we can travel and we can experience the good things. That's what it's all for. There has to be some sort of simplicity. Honestly, money can't buy you time, but people stay trying to do it. They want to get all this plastic surgery done to their faces. You know how many times I've seen commercials about Botox? And I'm just like, okay, like you're really going to inject your face with this shit because you want to remove the lines? You know how you can remove the lines? By smiling. Why don't you just age gracefully? Why are we trying to hold on to something that we cannot hold on to? My husband got a compliment. His birthday was about a week ago, and he was out for his birthday, and he was at the casino or whatever, and they carded him. So he clearly doesn't look like his age. My husband looks like he's 17. I look like I'm 17 too. So between the two of us, we both look the same way we did when we, like a long time ago. We look like little kids. You know why we look like little kids? We smile, we laugh, we have fun. We don't stress out, and we live a very decent life together. If why are you desperate thinking that money is going to be your way to make yourself live longer? Like that goes back to the Nancy Pelosi thing I'm saying. She's 80 something years old. Why doesn't she want to spend time with her grandchildren or her great great grandchildren? Why does she still want to be in the office? I don't know. I think this is all crazy. I think they're all out of their minds. I'm just going to say it. Money can't buy you time, so you cannot live forever. I know we want to play and act like eternity exists, and you want to travel to Transylvania and get eaten by a vampire. But I hate to be the bearer of bad news. The vampire is probably not going to want to help out these old people, so they're hid. But if you're cute and you're younger, maybe you could try to buy one. But as far as these elderly people go, that are like 90 almost, and they're saying like, oh, I want to get reelected. For what, though? Like, what is happening? Not even that. These people don't want to retire. They want to pretend they're 30 years younger. They don't want to do normal things, and people don't want to age gracefully. When I see these weird commercials with people getting plastic surgery and body like things done to themselves because they think that they have to do this, I just have question marks. What is wrong with you? Invest in yourself, because if you don't invest in yourself, no one will. You have to understand how far you're going to get, and I dare you to do it. Honestly, love yourself, know your worth, know your value, and invest in yourself. If that means a gym membership, if that means getting a new reusable cup, If that means buying some new makeup at the store or changing your hair color, whatever that means, whether that means getting a new car or moving finally, invest in yourself. Know your worth, know your value, and find glory in that. Life is meant to be lived. You are but a speck on the map, but when you look in that mirror, wherever it may be, in the bathroom, on your phone, in your car, wherever it is, the back of the door in your bedroom, or in your living room, I don't know where your mirror is in your house, but wherever it is, when you see your reflection, see the investment that you must make in that mirror. And when you make that investment, you'll only see everything grow. I'm telling you. Moving on from your investment in yourself, let's get to some TV talk with Star Watch Talk. Star Watch Talk, Star Watch Talk. We watch together. Dynamite's coming on tonight because it's Wednesday and I can't wait. AEW is really great. Weekly watching. So what have I watched this week? I've been watching some Ted Lasso. I started watching The After Party. Me and Skip are watching that Aaron weird Netflix show thing together. We watched some movies the other day, and I think we've got all caught up with the Monday Night Raw or whatever. That was okay. I didn't really talk about it yesterday because it really wasn't worth talking about. I'm getting tired of the characters on that show. I feel like they need to do a better job of picking people. They let go a lot of people, though. Matt Riddler was one of them. Doesn't that mean they're not doing good? I have questions. But we could talk about wrestling another day because I feel like I talk about wrestling with you guys a lot. But I am an enthusiast. But we're watching a lot of stuff right now. Our list is getting bigger, but we have a lot of time to watch it in, so we might as well just keep adding to that list. There's so many shows, so many movies, so much on Apple, so much on Netflix, so much on Hulu, so much. Honestly, there's a strike going on in Hollywood, and I think that they shot themselves in the foot because nobody's talking about it. And I mean nobody, except for maybe me, honestly. And the only reason I'm talking about it at this point is because I'm proving a point that these people are stupid, right? They're actually stupid. So I'm just going to continue to make fun of them every day and make you laugh while I make fun of them. Let me see. It's 2023, right? And I have Peacock, and I have Paramount Plus, and I have Amazon Prime. I have Apple Plus. I have Apple Plus. I have Shudder. I have Hulu. I have Disney Plus. I named about 11 or 10 apps, right? There's even more than that. I'm not going to name the rest of them because those are just a few. Not to mention the websites you could go to where you don't have to pay for any of it at all, right? They do exist. Honestly. If I know a movie's coming out to a movie theater that's big, it's likely the movie is going to try to sell itself to a streamer at this point because there is no Blockbuster. There's no Redbox. Like, that doesn't exist anymore. There's no money in that. I mean, they exist some places, but there's no money in them. So, taking that into consideration, right, I'd say the movie's going to come out in the movie theaters. It's going to be in the movie theaters for a little bit of time, and then it's going to be available on TV. Like, I still haven't seen Barbie on at all, but I'm going to watch it when it's free. Right now, it's like $20 on Amazon. Dude, I'm going to wait till it's free on Amazon or whatever platform it comes on, then I'll watch it. I don't, like, and I know some people get excited about the movies, but depending on what the movie is, I could just wait for it. I'm not in that much of a rush. Like, unless it's a big movie, like, and you know how I feel about Star Wars, unless it's something like that, I don't see the point in me spending that money. Or a Denzel movie, pass. And I just think that Disney isn't planning for this correctly. What's at the movies right now? A lot of stuff. Is it all good? I don't know. Let's find out together. Let's take a trip to Fandango. Are you ready to come with me? Let's go in the time machine to Fandango on my iPhone 15. Expendables 4 has come out, and it looks okay. Haunting Venice. I definitely want to see that. The Nun 2. Maybe. Okay. Creator. I feel like that looks whack. There's some Taylor Swift thing out, but nobody cares about that. Barbie is still out. Now they're calling it the Barbie Experience. What the fuck? My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3. I didn't even know there was 3 of them. That's what's out right now, and there's a bunch of shit that's coming on. I'm ready to watch the new season of Mayor of Easttown. I want to see that. I see half of those movies that are out, I don't even care about them. Like, I'm not gonna miss not seeing them. That's what's at the movies. That's not that great. Ugh. Paramount Plus. What's on Paramount Plus right now? Let's find out. What's on Paramount Plus? Okay, so far on Paramount Plus, there's something called Challenge USA, Billions, Yellow Jackets is there, some Pet Cemetery, which I think is a show. They've got all the Screams. There's a bunch of stuff there. I already watched Lioness. That was good. Big Brother's there. Pass. There's a bunch of stuff on Paramount, so you really have to go through it thing by thing to find what you want. Honestly, I'd advise that. The dating shows are getting whack. I feel like half the people on the dating shows shouldn't be dating anybody because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And they're going to have the sex thing right away. It's kind of not that bright. Like, you should probably get to know somebody and have at least a basic idea of who the person is before you just drop your panties for them. I'm just saying, that's just my thought. What do I know? I've been married forever, so the only person I'm doing anything with is my husband. And there's that. But honestly, I feel like the only reason these people are happy about these shows is because they added money to it. So they're going to pretend like they get it. And half the time on these shows, like Are You the One and the rest of them, and what's the other dating one? There's Are You the One? There's the brother sister dating show from Netflix. There's a bunch of them. The one where they're on the beach. There's like so many of them. And honestly, honestly, it's just like, some of the people on these dating shows have bad judgment. And just, I don't know. What is the name of the dating show where they have to, let me see if I can figure out the name of it. It's on Netflix. See if I can find it. Shit. To Kill Jane Doe is on Netflix, not the other station I said. So I fucked up on that the other day. Let me tell you the name of this dating show. Let me find it. Single and Too Hot to Handle. That one's annoying. And Singles Inferno, I haven't seen that one. Whack. There's a bunch of them. Love Never Lies. They're just so horribly done. Deep fake love, and half of them don't stay together anyways. So It's really pathetic. I'm just saying. Outside of the fact that the dating shows are getting really horrible, Surviving Paradise, that looks okay. I think that's a horror movie. I'm going to try to watch it. There's so much I got to look at right now, so I got to take it day by day and see how much I can get through every day. One step at a time, right? Moving into food, Cajun salmon. That does sound good. You could have that with any sort of rice you want. I'd probably go cauliflower rice and go less on the carbs here. Pizza dip. Now, when you're making a pizza dip, what do you like to dip with the pizza dip? Do you like to dip bread with it or crackers? Or how do you do that? That's my question for you. I really want to put pizza dip on anything, honestly. I'll eat it on anything. I mean, if you're trying to limit bread, you probably want to have something that doesn't have any carbs in it. Honestly, I think pizza dip sounds bomb, and you can have it with chips, crackers, whatever you want, or bread. It's something good for football Sunday or Thursday or Monday or whatever day you want to celebrate football on. Quick pasta. So you shove in sour cream, cream cheese, oil, vinegar. Mix that together. Parmesan. Then you add in some tomatoes. Chopped, diced if possible. Mix that together. Get the mixer thing that the I can't remember the name of the mixer. There's this mixer where you can mix stuff together. Get that out. Shred up those tomatoes. Then on another pot, you do the pasta. You can do gnocchi. You could do rigatoni. You could do penne, Alfredo, whatever you want. Put that in the other pot. Take that once it's al dente. Dump that into the other sauce. Take a spoon or a cup full of the water. Dump that into. Mix that all together. Top that with some sort of green like rosemary, Italian seasonings, and some more parm, and don't forget the mozzarella on top. Shove that in the oven, put that in there for about 10 minutes, take it out, boom, cut it into pieces. You just made a quick dinner that takes about 15 to 20 minutes to complete it. Honestly, sounds good to me. Quick pasta. Seasoned chicken and egg fried rice. So here's how you do it. You do the egg and the carrots and the pepper. Mix that all together. Then you add in the white rice and the soy sauce and the chicken. So you want to do the chicken in an air fryer, right? You want to make this like General Tso's chicken or some sort of spicy chicken, so you could get the sauce, and you mix that chicken together and you put that in the air fryer. Then you put the chicken back into the rice, you mix it all back together, put that on the oven, put the heat on it. Then you're going to cook that for about 7 minutes, turn it off, boom. Who doesn't want that? Doesn't that sound good? That doesn't take a lot of effort. You can make that fairly fast within 20 minutes. That's like a weeknight wonder dinner. Oh my God, I want to make that. Cacio e Pepe orzo. So you're using orzo as the pasta and you're making like this really creamy sauce. It's Italian. Buffalo chicken mac and cheese. So you got to chop up the chicken and the buffalo sauce, mix that together. Then you could do the Velveeta mac and cheese, mix that in, get some crumbles, really get that texture and taste. And finally, paprika dip. I saw that on Pinterest, but I don't know if I want to make that. I feel like I don't know. Maybe I'd try it, but I'd want to see a I don't know. I'd want to see I'd probably want to see a recipe before I make that, to be completely honest. That, my friends, is the end of this Hump Day Pod. Thank you for tuning in to Born to Be a Star. And I will see you tomorrow on Thursday. Bye.